Do not surrender to the woke mob.
Policing in the spotlight today.
This morning, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is in New York.
The first of a 3-city tour.
In Florida, our crime rate is at a 50-year low.
Right. So he's been touting this over and over and over again. And actually, it's not accurate. And in fact, someone from his own office said that they toiled back and forth with the fact that this was not accurate data, and we'll go into why. The governor's office wanted to say outright that we were at a 50-year crime low. This is according to a staffer. We told the department leadership verbally and in writing that it was not accurate because of the deficiencies in data, one of the former staffers said. We went back and forth several times and we agreed after being heavily pushed to say we were trending in that direction. But he never says trending in that direction. He just says we're at a 50-year low. The reason is that the incident reporting changed. Federal government changed it from reporting only the most serious crimes with multiple incidents with multiple crimes to under a new system where each crime is reported. So a little bit more on that change. The changes required a lot more technical reporting from Florida's more than 400 local law enforcement agencies, some of which remain unable to produce the level of detail until they get costly technology upgrades. As a result, many are just not reporting. Law enforcement agencies representing just 57% of the state's population initially reported under the new system, meaning law enforcement agencies representing more than 40% of the state are not reporting specific data. For those agencies, the state uses imputed data. And that's just an algorithm that kind of like estimates. It's just, yeah, this is basically what it is. And the Marshall Project, which obviously follows criminal justice and argues for reform, they map this on what areas just aren't reporting crime in the state of Florida. So this is, again, more than 40% of Florida's districts or counties are just not reporting. In 2021, a quarter of Florida's counties were missing in the summary crime data collected by the Department of Law Enforcement. And here are the 16 counties in black there. You see 0%, which is just wild. The Marshall Project summed it up by saying DeSantis can't be sure that Florida has achieved a 50-year crime rate low because the state itself doesn't know what the crime trends are due to flawed data. These methodological clashes in Florida's crime reporting create gaps in information and make it difficult to claim that any statewide crime trends, let alone that the state has reached a 50-year crime rate low. Mondale, I'm not clearly an expert on how to report the different kinds of crimes. I didn't know there was this switch since the 70s, but when your own staff is saying this isn't accurate, please don't report it as such, and then you do, that's very damning.
Yeah, I mean, but who cares about facts, right? We're talking DeSantis chasing Trump supporters. He's not looking for facts, right? And actually, he's probably using the wrong data. He's probably saying that, since we have 7,000 vacancies in teacher, then crime is down. Because if you're at war with woke and teachers are teaching people how to be woke, then your enemies are not criminals. Your enemies are teachers. So, maybe Ron DeSantis is right, but he's using the wrong, our definition of crime is wrong. Listen, I am so tired of Republicans being able to twist and use what we call them untruths now. Lies is what they are. And there was a time when if you got caught lying like this, then you would be ousted or you wouldn't be taken serious. Right. But unfortunately, we see what it means to be a liar, i.e. elected officials from New York in Congress right now running for re-election with an entire resume made up on the internet. Right? So the idea that you could be a Republican and be filled with lies, and I'm not even talking about Donald Trump, right? We're talking about a sitting congressman who did nothing that he said he did except for rob a veteran. So I think, go ahead.
I just love that you're bringing up George Santos right now because there's never not a good time to bring up George Santos.
Always digging him.
He's always there because it's always like, oh yeah, whatever Republicans wanted to say, you just kind of tap them and go, hey, remember George Santos? Yeah, anyway, back to whatever BS you were talking about, because it's true. I feel like he's an op. Like if he's a Democratic operative, which I'm surprised Republicans haven't called him at this point, like that wouldn't, like I'd be like, okay, good on Dems for showing how easy it is to lie and be elected as a Republican in this country. Just wild. Anyway, yeah, it is. Look, I've heard that stat a lot, the 50-year low, and I'm glad that we're finally busting that myth. I just wonder if on the next debate stage, Mondale, are we gonna hear whichever news outlet is interviewing them, is asking the questions, are we gonna hear them actually, bring some receipts to DeSantis?
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.